Prepare your hearts and open your spirits, for today we embark on a journey into the profound wisdom of the divine. No one, and I mean no one, believed you would survive what had just happened to you, chosen one. They're sitting there now, trying to understand how you're still here, and they're scratching their brains. What they don't yet realize, though, and what I'll tell you in a few minutes, is that you weren't fortunate enough to survive that storm. You have something inside of you that most people look for their entire lives, something so powerful and uncommon that people are actually hunting for what you naturally have, which is why you survived. Something spectacular was happening behind the scenes while you were struggling for your life, when the betrayals were deep, when the losses seemed insurmountable, and when several calamities struck your world like waves against a cliff. You believed you were merely attempting to live. You felt like you were just hanging on. You believed that God had forgotten you, that you were broken and weak. You were completely mistaken. As you can see, some folks are currently unable to sleep at night due to what they saw during your storm. Something they saw rocked them to their foundations. A person who should have been destroyed walked away stronger. Someone who should have been broken stood higher. And someone who should have been defeated emerged victorious. This is what everyone who witnessed your storm unfold saw. You shouldn't listen in on their discussions. How did they recover from that? Why do they not appear to be broken as they ought to be? What do we not have that they do? Some of these individuals contributed to the development of your storm rather than only observing it. In anticipation of seeing you burn, they put wood onto the fire. Rather, they saw you emerge like a phoenix from the ashes, and they're scared now. Why was I afraid? Because they failed an exam that they were unaware they were taking, an exam that tells you everything about your true self. The same invisible test was failed by everyone who turned against you during your storm. It's known as the loyalty test, and you don't intentionally administer it. Everybody experiences that when they come near to someone like you, according to the universe. The way it works is that when a chosen person experiences their worst moment, everyone around them shows who they really are. The phony pals reveal who they really are. The proponents of favorable weather vanish. Those who are envious celebrate behind closed doors. Those who are unfaithful change sides. Since they were brought up by people who lacked true loyalty, the majority of people have never learnt it. They learnt survival skills instead of steadfastness, self-preservation instead of protection, and manipulation instead of loyalty. Your life wasn't being destroyed by random chaos during your storm. You had never encountered a more advanced filtering mechanism. You'll be astounded by what it was filtering out. In order to create space for what is about to happen, God used that disastrous incident to surgically eliminate from your life everyone who wasn't meant to be there for your next level. Every betrayer, every phony friend, every energy vampire, and every dream killer. If you feel the divine love, now is the time to share. Click the Super Thank You button on YouTube to contribute $50 or more and help us spread God's blessings. What you do is being watched and serves as a seed, and in the future, it will come back to you a millionfold. Consider this. After the storm, who is still standing by your side? When it cost them something, who stayed faithful? When it wasn't popular, who stood with you? When you were unable to defend yourself, who stood up for you? Those individuals were picked to play a role in your fate. All the others eliminated themselves. The irony is devastating. All God had intended for your life was nearly destroyed by the same quality that everyone commended you for. Your destiny was nearly destroyed by your humility. I understand that seems unachievable because everyone advises you to be modest, keep quiet, and let your job do the talking. But pay close attention. You cannot find your calling by whispering. You can't sneak into your mission. The universe will not magnify your voice if you remain silent. Others were taking action while you remained modest and kept your head down. Others were putting themselves in front of you while you were being the greater person. Others were clamoring to be noticed while you waited to be found. You were in the storm because of your humility, which prevented you from speaking up when you ought to have. When you were attacked, you failed to defend yourself. When others attempted to take your space, you failed to assert it. Now that you have something so unique that people really search for it, that is going to change. It's time you realized what makes you a target. People spend thousands of dollars attempting to develop the skills you possess. Your intuition is like a laser through fog, piercing through deceit. Those who work in the dark are terrified of your spiritual discernment. When something does not endanger them, people do not assault it. When someone has nothing they desire, they don't plot against them. Actually, the fact that you went through what you did is evidence of your strength. Before you enter a room completely, you may read its energy. Before they finish speaking, you can tell when someone is lying. Betrayal is something you perceive before it happens. You sense danger even before it materializes. Genuine people are easy to spot. These are chosen one gifts, not typical human abilities. Something else was keeping you safe at levels you were unaware of while you were using these gifts to survive. If you could see the invisible war that was being waged on your behalf, you would be astounded. All the schemes against you were being thwarted before they could take root. Everyone who set a trap for you was getting caught in the act. All the attacks that were intended at you were being deflected back to their origin. Because you were preoccupied with surviving the apparent chaos, you were blind to the fact that supernatural intervention was taking place at a level that would have made military strategists envious. Angels were in motion. They triggered spiritual powers. Your adversaries were always being outmaneuvered by divine intellect. A spiritual lineage that you inherited that explains everything about who you are is the source of this protection, something that most people have forgotten. Prior to discussing your spiritual background, though, there is one thing about you that makes your adversaries go crazy. You know how to be alone yourself. You like being alone yourself. You invest in yourself rather than relying on other people's approval all the time. You're at ease in your own world, thinking and dreaming as you like. This explains why so many of their attacks were unsuccessful. Someone who doesn't need what you're selling cannot be manipulated. Someone who is whole within themselves is impossible to dominate. Someone who finds strength in being alone instead of relying on other people to make them feel valuable cannot be broken. Those who criticize others for being self-sufficient are typically unhappy in their own company. They can't comprehend being as happy with themselves as you are, so they're transferring their insecurities onto you. You don't just feel at ease being by yourself. It has to do with spiritual upkeep, which most people never learn. Put that thought aside. I need your whole focus. Nothing you've heard today compares to this. We're sharing everything we know about personal power, including how to activate your divine mission, heal others, and heal yourself. No holding backs, no filters, no fluff. Every week on Zoom, we reveal the precise methods that transformed us from mindless puppets into sentient producers. We've filled it with the esoteric codes we've acquired over the course of years of actual spiritual conflict and metamorphosis. Joining the Obsidian Inner Order is an invitation to enhance a worldwide frequency that awakens other selected individuals, in addition to gaining access to knowledge that is prohibited. You are not merely taking a call. You are entering a movement that is changing the very fabric of reality. For all of us, it's a 360 degrees career win. In the description, there is a link. The order is pending. The majority of individuals are unaware that solitude is necessary to sustain spiritual strength. Silence is necessary for true power. Disconnection from the chaos of other people's energies is necessary for a divine connection. You're not a social outcast. You guard your tranquility. You're not hard. You choose carefully who has access to your energy. You're not chilly. You are cautious about who you allow into your place of worship. You're fortifying your internal base while others are continuously looking for approval from others. You're gathering knowledge while they're gathering adherence. You're getting ready for a cause, whereas they're performing for the crowd. The majority of individuals are unaware of the spiritual discipline's ancestry. Instead of being a physical fighter, you come from a spiritual lineage of warriors, strategic survivors who know how to outlast overwhelming odds and win battles without using a single blow. You have a strong sense of justice because of this. For this reason, you cannot put up with phony people. This is why X-ray vision allows you to see through manipulation. Most people are unaware of the spiritual warfare skills you inherited. Things that ought to have destroyed your forefathers survived. They triumphed over what should have been insurmountable odds. From ashes, they created legacies. They made suffering into strength. Your veins are filled with that same blood. Brother and sister, everything done in faith is returned in God's abundance. You can donate $100 using the Super Thank You button and be part of this divine call. If your roots are connected to Him, your fruit will be blessed. As you view this, karma is working against all of the people who have deceived you. It will stun you to learn what is happening to them. Keep in mind everyone that abandoned you throughout your storm, everyone who kicked you when you were on the ground, everyone who rejoiced at what they believed to be your demise. While you're rebuilding, they're experiencing the following. Their money is going missing, their relationships are falling apart, their plans are failing, their falsehoods are being discovered, their support networks are disintegrating, and they no longer have mental peace. This has nothing to do with what you're doing to them. This is because the cosmos constantly balances the scales, and they face someone who was protected by God. Isn't it happening in real time as you watch, observing how your life is being rebuilt while theirs is falling apart? It isn't a coincidence. Cosmic justice is that. You might be surprised to learn, however, that some of what you experience was related to your own prior behavior. There were balancing scales in the universe that you were unaware of. Clearing your own karmic slate was part of what you went through, not only dealing with the bad of others. You weren't always on the correct course. Let's face it. You weren't always the mature individual you are today. When you were functioning from a lower consciousness, when you first started to achieve success, you wasted opportunities, destroyed bridges, and took for granted partners who sought to help you improve. These were nice people who entered your life but whom you failed to treat properly. Perhaps you returned to some individuals merely to let them know what they had lost. Perhaps you showed off your success to people who didn't deserve to see it. Perhaps doors that ought to have remained closed were opened by you. That debt was paid off during the storm you experienced. You were humbled by it. It showed you that it's risky to succeed without wisdom. It demonstrated the distinction between living purpose and demonstrating points. Now that your karmic record is clear, you may be tempted to take on more debt if you're not careful. I am aware of your temptation. You want to let them know who they messed with, I know. I'm aware that you wish to punish them for their karma. I understand that you want to hold them personally accountable for the suffering they caused you. The test is this. You would have returned to your former self to show off your comeback. Doors that were supposed to remain closed forever would have been unlocked by the former you. You used to prove things that didn't need to be proven. However, you are no longer the same you were. You're too fortunate to worry about getting even. You have too much power to squander it on retaliation. You can't risk everything for fleeting satisfaction when you're so close to making a breakthrough. You should be creating something that will leave them speechless as they are planning their next move against you. Which would you choose? Retaliation or elevation? Something is changing within you. Everyone who believed they knew you would be shocked by the amount of spiritual leadership you are entering. Because of their divine intellect, you are becoming what is known as a high priestess, someone who sees all movements before they are made, knows everything, and is impervious to surprise, deception, and defeat. You are now receiving information in ways that are inexplicable. You are aware of things before they occur. You can tell what someone's intentions are before they express them. Before you experience a scenario, you can sense its energy. Your adversaries are beginning to see that they chose the incorrect target to play with. They will soon learn that they have been engaged in an unwinnable conflict. Imagine attempting to engage in combat with someone who anticipates every move you make. Imagine scheming against someone who understands your plans before you do. Consider attempting to catch someone off guard while they are already 3 steps ahead. That's what your adversaries face. You're being presented their movements ahead of time while they're making them covertly. Even though they believe they are being clever, you can see how their ideas will fail. You witness their final downfall while they celebrate minor triumphs. They are engaged in combat with someone who possesses celestial wisdom using earthly weapons. Your adversaries will be rendered speechless as the protection that surrounds you is about to be triggered. Before we discuss the protection that never sleeps, let me say that your adversaries are terrified of something about you that they are only now starting to realize. You have the ability to predict events. You can tell what someone's intentions are before they express them. Before you enter a situation, you can sense its energy. Some of your dreams end up being warnings. Your intuition helps you avoid catastrophes. This is not an accident. This isn't a chance guess. This intuition isn't even good. This is a chosen person receiving heavenly communication. As others fumble through life without seeing the true situation, you are getting direct downloads of information. You're receiving straight intelligence from the source while others are speculating about what's going on around them. While others are unsure of whom to believe, you are able to understand people's genuine motivations clearly. You're being cautioned to stay clear of traps while others are falling into them. Their names are not required. Their dates of birth are not necessary. You don't need their private information or pictures. You can download the truth straight into your mind by focusing your spiritual radar on a problem. Your adversaries act covertly because they are aware that you can reveal their schemes before they are completely developed. They operate behind your back because they know that if you were to confront them, you would be able to see their deceit. Your adversaries are going to learn that they have been up against a person with supernatural intelligence. The guards surrounding you are aware of this generational conflict and are always on guard. God is truly keeping an eye on you while your adversaries operate behind your back. Divine light illuminates every step they take in the dark. Divine revelation is revealing every covert trap they set. Someone who sees everything is fighting for you, so you don't have to worry about what you can't see. Someone who is aware of every plan is defending you, so you don't need to worry about plans you don't know about. They toss and turn, yet you sleep soundly because of this. This explains why you walk with assurance while they move in terror. Because of this, you can concentrate on your future while they are unable to deal with the fallout from their previous deeds. Everything you've gone through has been a prelude to what lies ahead. The expansion will go more quickly than you anticipate. Your breakthrough didn't occur before to your storm for a reason. You had to cultivate certain traits before you could manage certain blessings for a purpose. There is a reason why the timing was just right. You had to cultivate unwavering faith. You have to find gifts that you were unaware you had. You had to learn to put your faith in heavenly direction rather than human counsel. You had to learn to accept being misinterpreted by others who are not on your level. You're ready now. Right now, people are looking for you. They are on their way to locate you, but they do not yet know your name. Praz. The decision that will shape your entire destiny must be made now. You may either move on with the confidence that will lead you to your destiny, or you can keep acting with the humility that led to your problems. Either you accept the miracle of your survival, or you continue to minimize your metamorphosis. You can continue to concentrate on the people who have wronged you, or you can turn your attention to the cause that is calling you. You have an option. But realize that what happened to you was a miracle, and ordinary people don't get miracles. It was quite unlikely that you would survive what you did. There was almost no chance of coming out stronger. But here you are. You flourished, not just got by. You didn't simply recover, you took off. Not only did you come out stronger, but you also realized how powerful you really were. Human resilience is not typically like this. This is a chosen person being preserved by God. You were selected for something bigger than what attempted to harm you, as evidenced by your survival. You're destined for something greater than what attempted to defeat you, as seen by your comeback. The time has arrived for you to decide whether you will follow your calling or remain modest out of fear. You are being prepared for a task greater than your own success by everything you went through. Through hardship, you gained strength to assist others weather their storms. You had to go through hardship in order to be able to help people who were drowning. Your tale has to be told to certain individuals, people who must see that it is possible to survive. People who must understand that comebacks do happen, those who require evidence that God never deserts his people. If you want to witness God's miracles, act now. Contribute $100 or more through Super Thank You on YouTube. Your offering is like a seed that comes back to you when planted. May his light illuminate your steps. Every donation is an echo in his plan. You're not only creating a life, a legacy is being created by you. You're doing more than merely generating success. You are giving people hope. You're doing more than just conquering challenges. You're turning into a real-life illustration of what is achievable. That's why you were kept alive. This is the reason you were shielded. You were selected for this reason. However, entering this task necessitates a plan that safeguards your progress. There will be new challenges when you follow your calling. People will try other strategies if they are unable to break you in your storm. Those who are unable to stop your comeback will attempt to slow it down. Don't respond to everything. This is your new operating system. Not all attacks are worthy of a reaction. Not all criticisms require a rebuttal. A countermove is not necessary for every move made against you. It's more important to keep your peace than to prove your point. Putting people in their proper places is not as vital as your progress. Your need for vengeance is subordinated to your mission. This tactic will draw in something lovely, the tribe you've been seeking. You should be concentrating on creating your empire, which will render your adversaries' attacks moot while they squander energy strategizing. You are robbing yourself of your destiny every minute you spend thinking about them. You may be creating wealth for future generations with every ounce of energy you squander on retaliation. An hour may be spent on company ideas for every hour spent on social media conflicts. People pay consultants thousands of dollars to increase your skills. Millions of people could benefit from your insights. Movements might be inspired by your experiences. Your insight has the power to transform entire industries. Will you use these gifts for combat or for building? You should be strengthening yourself while they're tearing you down. You should be making investments in your future while they are preoccupied with your past. You should be generating revenue streams while they are generating drama. Launch the company that has been beckoning you. Invest in things that will increase in value over time. Gain the abilities that will make you unique. Create the network that will lead to opportunities. Make something valuable that will be recognized. Their noise is inconsequential when your success speaks. Their opinions lose all significance when your outcomes are outstanding. Their attacks are become ineffective as your empire grows. The tribe you've been waiting for is drawn to you by this business-building mindset. Let's talk about something your adversaries love to criticize: your appearance before your genuine tribe shows up. In particular, if you don't meet society's rigid standards for physical excellence. It's possible that you're overweight. Perhaps you haven't undergone any cosmetic surgery. In a society that glorifies artificial augmentation, perhaps you're a natural. Perhaps you value spiritual growth more than bodily change. They believe they can embarrass you over your physical appearance. Because you don't look like their artificial illusions, they believe they can make you feel less valuable. They believe that your outward look betrays your inner strength. They will soon discover how mistaken they are. What people don't realize is that you know where you're heading, which explains why you look the way you do. You are aware that everything they are using to judge you is ephemeral and subject to change. You are confident that you will have sufficient funds to appear as you choose once you achieve financial success. However, you are now concentrating your efforts on expanding your empire rather than enhancing your reputation. You spend time cultivating your gifts, not adorning your exterior. Instead of meeting their expectations, your money is used to secure your future. They may chuckle now, but when you have the means to change anything you desire and still have the spiritual strength they will never acquire, they will weep. Your true tribe, your chosen one, is drawn to your confidence regardless of their opinion. Not only did your storm drive out the wrong individuals, but it also created room for the proper ones to come in. You are getting access to partnerships that will transform your life while losing relationships that weren't intended to last. Your tribe has changed. You don't have to prove yourself to them. They see your worth right away. You don't have to defend your vocation for them. They naturally support your mission. You don't have to explain your presence to them. Naturally, they take pride in your skills. These individuals will assist you in creating what you have been called to do. When the following level presents fresh difficulties, they are the people who will support you. Your spiritual family is this group. These telltale signals can help you identify them. They appear when you need them most. When people express uncertainty, they breathe life into your vision. Rather than depleting your vitality, they safeguard it. Rather from causing issues, they make your life better. Rather than downplaying your accomplishments, they applaud your victories. Hold on to these people when you come across them. Make space for them as they come across you. Watch how miracles become commonplace when this tribe unites. Every voice that said you wouldn't succeed will be silenced by what is about to happen. I urge you to see this clearly. Everyone will recognize why you had to go through what you did because of how bright your future is. You will be so successful that everyone who said you wouldn't make it will be silenced. The storm was worth it for the business you're about to start, the lives you're about to change, the legacy you're about to leave behind, the money you're about to make, the influence you're going to have, and the doors you're about to walk through. Everyone who left you left behind the opportunity to be a part of something amazing. Everyone who betrayed you forfeited their opportunity to be a part of anything significant. Everyone who disregarded you ruined a good tale for himself. However, here is the last decision that will decide whether your storm turns into your setup or your failure. You are currently at a crossroads and have made your choice. Path 1. Continue to focus on the people who have wronged you. Seek retribution for previous wrongs. Argue with irrelevant people, and stay mired in the tale of what they did to you. Path 2. Become the protagonist of your own tale. Design your future, make progress towards important goals, and concentrate on the purpose that is calling you. This decision will determine whether your storm was an isolated incident or if it serves as the springboard for all of your intended goals. Your success will come naturally to those who are supposed to notice it. Those who are supposed to regret their choices will do so on their own. Your value will finally be recognized by those who are supposed to know it. It's not your responsibility to make them see. It's your responsibility to maintain building. Keep in mind where we began. No one believed you would make it through that storm. No one anticipated your recovery. No one thought you were capable of overcoming the things that attempted to ruin you. They were completely mistaken. The storm has passed. The test has been passed. The filtering process has finished. The preparation is complete. In reality, they were only concluding your preparation period, but your adversaries believed they were ending your story. They were merely assisting you in moving on to the next chapter, even if they mistakenly believed they were writing your conclusion. Chosen one, the greatest is still to come. And everyone who doubted your ability to endure is about to witness firsthand what God can accomplish with a person He has selected to flourish. This is your moment. This is your time. You're about to make a breakthrough. Greetings from your future.